And the other thing I say to Europe, we will not allow a windmill to be built in the United States. They're killing us. They're killing the beauty of our scenery, our valleys, our beautiful plains. And I'm not talking about airplanes. I'm talking about beautiful plains, beautiful areas in the United States. And you look up.
You know, guys, I think it's pretty clear that Donald Trump is unraveling at a rate that we have probably never, ever seen before. And one might think this is all because of the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, which is certainly getting under his skin. But I also think it's compounded by the fact that he is an adult old man in his late 70s who is suffering severe and rapid cognitive decline. So every time he steps in front of the cameras, whether he's pissed off at a reporter or he's going on an unhinged rant that has become so common in his second term, he just continues to embarrass the United States over and over and over again. And he recently traveled across the pond to do a meeting with the European Union over in Scotland, and the rants he went on would make a toddler look more sophisticated. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few clips from this meeting with Ursula von der Leyen. Here he is being asked why he's in such a bad mood, and then he pouts like a child. If you guys do appreciate my work, please do remember to subscribe.
Okay. Please.
Why you're in a bad mood? Was it a bad morning of golf, or why you're not in a good mood?
No, the golf was beautiful. Golf can never be bad, even if you play badly. It's still good. If you had a bad day on the golf course, it's okay. It's better than other days. But no, I think I look forward to this meeting. You know, we've had a hard time with trade with Europe, very hard time, and I'd like to see it resolved. But if it isn't, we'll, have tariffs, and they'll do what they have to do. But we have a good chance of getting it resolved. We'll probably know in about an hour. Shouldn't take that long.
So Donald Trump thinks he's going to go over to Scotland. He's going to work for about an hour, and he's going to get a deal done with the entire European Union. But do you notice how deflated he is here? You guys got to remember, Donald Trump came into office. He gave himself unilateral authority to invoke these unilateral tariffs, or by invoking these emergency powers. And he thought that all of these countries were going to come on bended knee to work out some sort of magnificent deal with him. But that didn't even turn out to be the case, because even Scott Bessent admitted on one of the Sunday shows that most of these countries didn't even call. And so now you've got a European Union who probably didn't call Donald Trump like he was anticipating. Now he's traveling over there to try to get some sort of deal done. And now he's pouting like a little child because they're negotiating a little harder, a little bit rougher than Donald Trump anticipated. I mean, he is just so remarkably bad at this. It's not even funny. He continued to say that we were going to get 90 deals in 90 days. I think he's worked out like 2 or 3 at this point. He's passed the 90-day deadline. I mean, it is all just a joke. And now he is parading himself around the EU, pouting like a little toddler. So then he's asked about food in Gaza, because there is a humanitarian crisis going on over there. So he's asked what he's going to do about that. But listen to his response here.
Yes, please.
Mr. President, should Israel be doing more to allow food into Gaza?
Say it.
Should Israel be doing more to allow food into Gaza?
What did you say?
Should Israel be doing more to allow food into Gaza?
Well, we gave $60 million 2 weeks ago, and nobody even acknowledged it, for food. And it's terrible. You really at least want to have somebody say thank you. No other country gave anything. We gave $60 million 2 weeks ago for food for Gaza. And nobody acknowledged it. Nobody talks about it. And it makes you feel a little bad when you do that, and, you have other countries not giving anything. None of the European countries, by the way, gave. I mean, nobody gave but us. And nobody said, gee, thank you very much. And it would be nice to have at least a thank you.
I mean, this man is so pathetic. He is such a petulant man-child that he has to have a thank you because he did the right thing in one area. Who gives a shit if somebody needs to say thank you to the President of the United States. We should be seeking to do these things because it's the right thing to do, because we want to be seen as a positive force for good in the world. But because Donald Trump's ego is so fragile, he has to be lauded, he has to be celebrated for every little thing that he does. It is so damn pathetic. We should be sending humanitarian aid over to Gaza. It's an absolute crisis over there right now, something that we helped enable, we are backing Israel at this point. The very least we could do is make sure that the people over there are fed if we are able to do that. Donald Trump is just so damn pathetic. This is not the sign of a good leader. A good leader doesn't need to be recognized for every little thing that he does. But because Donald Trump is so fragile, that is exactly what his ego requires. So then he's asked about pictures of starving children in Gaza. And you will never, this is where the rant lands.
We do have, and this is just getting a little off subject, but we have now the safest border we've ever had. And I think in many respects, we probably have the most successful. And I say it all the time. Every leader, when I went to NATO the other day, every leader said, you have the hottest country in the world. We have the hottest country in the world now. We're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. We have the highest stock market we've ever had. We have the best numbers we've ever had. But we have hundreds of billions of dollars pouring into our country. And I think it's the hottest. And by the way, 1 year ago, our country was dead. We had a dead country because of an incompetent president and incompetent Democrats. All they know how to do is talk and think about conspiracy theories and nonsense. If they'd waste their time talking about America being great again, it would be so much nicer, so much easier, be very successful. But we were a dead country, and now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. Yeah.
So he's asked, how does it make him feel to see these photos of starving children over in Gaza? And he gives some superfluous answer, and he immediately changes the subject to talk about how America was once dead. Trump and his administration, they brought it back to life. And we're doing so great right now. We've got billions of dollars of investment coming into the country, which just can't even be validated at this point. But he just goes on and on and on about him and what he has done. And then he ventures into talking about the Democrats and how all they can do is talk about these conspiracy theories. I mean, projection much, everybody? It is the Republican Party who has wrapped themselves so tightly in a worldview that is based upon these conspiracy theories. And he has the gall to come out here and say, oh, it's actually the Democrats. That's all they can do. They just talk about all these conspiracies and all these other dumb things just to try to slander us, just to try to get political points over on us. Is this really the sign of a strong leader, everybody? I mean, this is just so damn pathetic coming from the president of the United States. Now, the next rant that I want to show you, I've got to show you the whole thing because it is truly, truly remarkable. It's about 2.5 minutes long. Here is Donald Trump ranting and raving about windmills.
And the other thing I say to Europe, we will not allow a windmill to be built in the United States. They're killing us. They're killing the beauty of our scenery, our valleys, our beautiful plains, and I'm not talking about airplanes, I'm talking about beautiful plains, beautiful areas in the United States, and you look up and you see windmills all over the place. It's a horrible thing. It's the most expensive form of energy. It's no good. They're made in China, almost all of them. When they start to rust and rot in 8 years, you can't really turn them off. You can't bury them. They won't let you bury the propellers, you know, the props, because there's a certain type of fiber that doesn't go well with the land. That's what they say. The environmentalists say you can't bury them because the fiber doesn't go well with the land. In other words, if you bury it, it will harm our soil. The whole thing is a con job. It's very expensive. And in all fairness, Germany tried it, and wind doesn't work. You need subsidy for wind, and energy should not need subsidy. With energy, you make money. You don't lose money. But more important than that is it ruins the landscape. It kills the birds. They're noisy. You have a certain place in the Massachusetts area that over the last 20 years had 1 or 2 whales wash ashore, and over the last short period of time, they had 18, okay? Because it's driving them loco. It's driving them crazy. Now, windmills will not come. It's not going to happen in the United States. And it's very expensive. And I would love to see. I mean, today I'm playing the best course, I think, in the world, Turnberry. Even though I own it, it's probably the best course in the world, right? And I look over the horizon and I see 9 windmills. It's like right at the end of the 18th. I said, isn't that a shame? What a shame. You have the same thing all over Europe in particular. You have windmills all over the place. Some of the countries prohibit it, but people ought to know that these windmills are very destructive. They're environmentally unsound, just the exact opposite. Because the environmentalists, they're not really environmentalists. They're political hacks. These are people that they almost want to harm the country. But you look at these beautiful landscapes all over the world. Many countries have gotten smart. They will not allow it. They will not. It's the worst form of energy, the most expensive form of energy. But windmills should not be allowed. Okay.
Wow. So, according to Donald Trump, windmills, they're killing the whales, they're killing all the birds. It's the most expensive form of energy that you ever did see. None of that is actually true. Wind energy is some of the cheapest forms of energy that we can produce, right up there, along with solar. He thinks that this is all one big con job. I have no idea what he's talking about when you're trying to bury the windmills. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm pretty sure that these are recyclable. He just has absolutely no idea what he's talking about. But the real rub here for Donald Trump is that he lost some cases. I think it was over in Scotland or Ireland, where he wanted these windmills or these wind turbines taken down off the coast of one of his golf courses, and he lost that battle. And ever since then, he has been on an absolute rampage to try to kill all of these wind projects, even though this is some of the cheapest form of energy that we can produce. It is absolutely insane because he doesn't like to look at them. He doesn't like that they're off the coast of one of his golf courses. He's on a tirade. He's on a rampage to try to kill all wind energy. That is what this is all about. Donald Trump, the petulant man baby, because he lost some court cases and some wind turbines are visible from one of his golf courses. These are the types of rants that we get when he's supposed to be working out some sort of trade relationship between us and the European Union. I mean, this is truly a sight to behold, everybody. This is unsettling behavior coming from a president of the United States. And I think Ali Velshi really summed up this whole press conference in kind of the perfect sort of way.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow. I'm not going to say any more words until my executive producer puts on the banner next to me. That was bat poop crazy. Just not gonna. That was crazy. I took lots of notes. This is in no particular order. Windmills are killing us. 7 million people died in Rwanda, but I ended that. The Rwanda genocide ended in 1994.
Yeah, it is batshit crazy that a president of the United States is going on these streams of consciousness nearly every single question that he is asked, whether it be about Epstein or otherwise, whether it be about wind energy, solar energy, coal, whatever it may be. Donald Trump is increasingly going on these streams of consciousness. He's going on these wild tangents, these crazy rants. What are you supposed to say to this? This is a man in cognitive decline. This is a man who, I don't know if he's just really, frazzled by the whole Jeffrey Epstein stuff. But like I said, I think these are a compound of issues that are working against Donald Trump right now. And every single time he steps in front of the cameras, he is doing shit like this. And this should concern everybody. At least Biden slowed down in his, latter half of his presidency, but at least he knew what the hell he was talking about. Maybe he had trouble getting his words out. Maybe he spoke a little bit softer. Maybe he stuttered a bit more. Maybe there was some sort of, mental decline that he didn't want the world to see. But at least when he stepped in front of the cameras, he knew what the hell he was talking about. You at least understood that he had a grasp of the things that he was working on, a grasp of the problems at hand. For Donald Trump, this is just all a game for him. This is all about how he can personally enrich himself before he meets his maker, before biology wins, and he is dead and gone. That is what this all seems to be about. He doesn't care about the United States. He doesn't care about his MAGA base. He doesn't care about the American people. Donald Trump is just going around trying to build up his ego in every single way that he can. Now, especially with this whole Jeffrey Epstein shit. I mean, it is truly a sight to behold, and it is something that should concern every single American out here. This is the guy who has our nuclear codes. This is the guy who has the strongest military at his fingertips. And he is experiencing decline much, much greater than anything that we saw from somebody like Joe Biden. So I will leave it there for now, guys. You guys probably noticed that I am in a new space right now. I know it might sound weird at the moment. I'm trying to work out all of the little quirks. The AC in here is just out of control loud, so I am trying to work through that. So I'd appreciate it if you could bear with me over these next couple of days while I work all of these things out. But like I said, I will leave it there for now, guys. If you guys got anything out of this video, please do remember to smash that like button and subscribe. Maybe share with a friend or two. I'd very much appreciate that. We are trying to build something here on the left that pushes back against the right-wing media ecosystem that just launders all of this terrible behavior for Donald Trump day in and day out. So if you do like what I do here, please do remember to smash that subscribe button. Of course, that is no cost to you on YouTube. If you want to go a step further, we did just open a Substack over at politiscape.substack.com. If you want to join the movement in fighting back against this MAGA media machine, you could support my work over there. I would very much appreciate that. And also, if you don't want to jump over to a new platform, right here on YouTube, we have also opened up the membership. So if you can want to subscribe for just a few bucks a month there, you can do that as well. So until next time, guys, I'll see you on the next one.